5, 3, sir. 3.
Arm yourselves, America. This is Defenders Live.
Here comes the danger up in this club. When we get started, man, we ain't gonna stop. We gonna turn it out till it gets too hot. Everybody sing. Hey, gonna turn it out till it gets no more. Let's get this thing shaking like a disco ball. This is the last one that I'm gonna see go. I am not afraid of the storm that comes my way.
Oh my goodness, it is weird to be back here.
It's weird.
Well, it is because we had to kind of not be here yesterday
Yeah.
because Stephen is traveling, and it was one of those that he was not going to get in to his spot, as it were,
Yes.
until way after the show. And I had some stuff with work going on. And so it was one of those, like, you know what? We'll take the day off. And apparently there was a slight brouhaha. There was apparently some panicking. I heard there were some 3 a.m. phone calls made.
Oh, no.
Yeah, some crazy, crazy stuff going down. And so, needless to say, it was just a bit weird, I guess you might say.
No need for brouhaha.
No, there's not. And sadly, we don't have Stephen tonight, as he is still in transit working. He's working. That's really what it is yeah, he's working, and bless his heart, he wants to be here, but gotta pay to keep the lights on, as it were. So
That's true. And, I was, I think we can still have fun. Because,
I know we can.
He doesn't hold the market or corner the
Exactly.
market on fun.
Exactly.
We're fun people.
I think
And
I'm a
we're
very fun person.
being smart tonight.
We are,
have
with the
our
glasses.
smart glasses on.
Yes, we figure in honor of Stephen, we would wear our glasses.
Yep. So we're smart
keep-
people tonight.
So let's get this
And-
thing, let's get it started then.
Okay.
Man, you miss one day, and even just playing that, which I know we only do on Tuesdays, I feel like it's been forever since I've played it.
It's weird how time, when you're not doing your usual regular
Thing, yeah.
life
Yeah.
things,
Yeah.
it seems to warp in weird ways.
It does. It does, but
I have something really exciting to talk about tonight.
you do. Let's.
I do.
What do we have?
It is Shark Week. See, my shark is breaching out of my wine.
Oh, that is awesome. He has surfaced. The great white
Yep.
shark has surfaced.
So it's been a very happy week here in the Malinak household because it's all the sharks I want and it's all good.
And none of the sharks you don't need.
Exactly. Well, and they've had like some Shark Weeks, some years they do a little bit more, I'll just call it lame programming, where they focus on some of the lesser sharks. But let's just be honest that we want the great whites.
Yeah.
And so just give it to us.
Gotcha.
And that has been a huge focus. Now, I record all the Shark Weeks so I can watch them, instead of being glued to the TV, I can be glued to my phone and watch it whenever I want.
Yeah.
So, I do not record the stupid celebrity shark stuff. Like they'll do,
Wait, a celebrity shark? Like,
well,
hold on. I'm
the
thinking
shark's not a celebrity.
that's what I was getting ready to say. Like, hold on. I thought we were talking about actual aquatic animals, and the joke I've been trying to come up with is from Shark Tank, and now you're saying celebrity shark, and I'm thinking,
Yeah, not quite. So,
Okay.
No, I did not speak smart glasses type there. So I apologize.
try
But
it again.
no, they had one last night with Shaquille O'Neal.
Okay.
And then they have one tonight with Will Smith. And they had one with Mike Tyson. I don't care about those. Those are always, I don't even watch them because they're always cheesy. And
so they're the ones narrating it, this stuff? Is that what you mean? Or
no, they're like on the show. Like it's Mike Tyson versus a shark or whatever.
Good
Will
Lord.
Smith conquers his fear of sharks, or I don't know. I don't care. I don't watch it because that's dumb. I'm very curious. This is something, and this is a total tangent, but that's okay because it's a Tangent Tuesday.
Exactly.
So this is something that I've been wondering. They've come out with new game shows, or had old game shows resurface with celebrities playing them.
Yeah.
I don't get that. I'm not more likely to watch a game show because there are 6 celebrities competing against each other.
Yeah.
Than I am. I mean, like Celebrity Jeopardy, I get.
Yeah.
Once or twice a year.
Yeah, once or twice. Yeah, just to raise that little bit of extra money.
Fodder. Well, and it's fodder for SNL, so
Exactly.
it's all good. But aside from that, I don't get it.
Yeah.
I don't get it. I don't care about watching celebrities drop Pictionary.
Because not for nothing, celebrities have already kind of made money. I've always misunderstood. I say misunderstood. I've never understood that either. You are, in some cases, like say somebody like a Will Smith or whatever, who are in the hundreds of millions of dollars of value. And yet instead of taking a chunk of your salary or a chunk of your worth and putting that into a charity, you instead go to a show where the show then uses you and they pay to said charity or whatever in your honor. Now, you don't part with your own money, but you get someone else to part with their money in your name. That's just, this
game is just so much more enticing because you're famous and you're not spending your money.
Exactly.
That's hilarious.
That's the trick, is you're using someone else to spend their money for yours. It's just, oh, good Lord, have mercy. I'm not a fan of it at all. I miss the old game show. My problem with the game shows they're bringing back is they don't, and I know part of it is it's the nostalgia. Okay, yeah. It's never the same.
I have something to say about this, but keep going.
I was going to say, but it just feels different. I feel like, for one, the people that they put into place to host these things are the worst fit.
Yes.
Period. It's somebody who is stuck in between movies. They need money coming in. Some have child support and alimony to pay for, and they're waiting on clearance to get another script, so they fill in as a game show host. And some of them just suck because they try too hard.
Yes,
they try way too hard to be like, I don't know, the original from whatever show it was that they're following or they're trying to do. And that's what bothers me,
Yeah. Well, it's also going back to the nostalgia point. My oldest and I often lament about this, which kind of means we need something better to do with our time, I think. But we are often lamenting, like, why are they remaking cartoon movies as live action, or why are they bringing out TV, game shows that have already been done? Like no one can, and you look in the toy aisles and it's the same thing, where toys that we would have played with when we were young, well, okay, so those are the adult toy manufacturers now, and they're just making the same thing that they played with when they were kids. It's like the creativity has been sucked out of the marketplace.
Yep, there's no originality. It's all, like you said, it's let's bring something back. And there's nothing wrong to a point with bringing back something good. You know what I mean? But when you bring it back just for the sake of bringing it back, that's like, okay, perfect example to me, like the idea for the whole Marvel universe was fantastic. It was done right. They happened to be behind the 8 ball at the right time, and everything just worked flawlessly. But you couldn't bring back Inspector Gadget. They've tried and they failed. You see what I mean?
Right.
Like
Yes.
Stuff like that. And those were good shows to watch, or at least ones that I like to watch as a kid. A lot of them I've noticed looking back, and I think you'd mentioned this at one point too. There was just kind of watching some of the stuff that we grew up watching that were so awesome that we watch again, and you're like, oh no. And it's not even just like bad, but you're watching it and go, this is painful. What was I? No,
Why did my parents let me watch this? I was dumber because of this.
I know, exactly. At least, you're kind of looking for something. I'm just done with the whole reboot because they bring, like I said, they also bring back stuff that they didn't last for very long. Game
like
shows
what?
And things like that. They bring back stuff. How long have they've been pushing the whole "Are you smarter than a fifth grader"?
Is that still on?
It
is?
I believe so. I want to say it is, and I'm waiting for somebody to correct me over on the Twitters. But yes, I believe, and I think they're through their like 8th or 9th host.
Oh my gosh! So okay, was Jeff Foxworthy was the host?
Yep, and I remember that. Oh, it did end. It ended in 2011. Okay, but I'm saying okay. So I'm reading it right off of Google. Right here in the thing. The first episode was February 27th of 2007. The final episode was March 24th of 2011. It was presented by Jeff Foxworthy and John Cena.
What?
That's my point. That's the point I've been trying to get at. Like Jeff Foxworthy made it fun to watch, because it's Jeff Foxworthy.
Right.
But do you really like
John Cena?
John Cena. Oh, that makes me miss the last couple of years. I'm sorry I missed that episode now. No, and that's what I'm talking about. They just get these people, to film. Speaking of John Cena, I don't know, and I don't get a lot of commercials, but have you seen the Experian commercial with him on the purple cow?
No.
Oh, that is a train wreck to behold. It is so bad. He looks like he's lost, body mass as a whole. Like he's clearly, to me, and I don't know if he's actually out of wrestling or not. I'm sure somebody will correct me on that one too. But he looks like he's no longer like that hard into wrestling anymore. Yeah. He looks older. Honest to God, when I first saw him in this commercial on the back of this purple cow, which I don't know what a purple cow has to do with anything, but whatever. It wasn't, and I thought, because the whole thing is CGI, right? The cows are all CGI. The whole thing's CGI, except for him. I thought it was Ernest T. Bass. I did. They look so much alike.
So hold on. I'm looking this up right now.
Yeah. Just saying. You seeing this?
That is bizarre.
Right. And every time I see commercials and stuff like that, and I understand that, you, even as an actor or whatever, you kind of have to diversify things. You got to dip your toes into all corners of the pool, as it were, to make sure everything stays afloat. But there's certain ones that I see when I start seeing celebrities or see them in a certain position or doing a certain commercial, especially if I haven't seen them for a while. I go, someone's career's taking a dive.
Yeah, that is.
Someone's got to pay the gardener. That's all I mean.
I was wondering, like, I never watched wrestling, so I knew he was a name in wrestling, but
I quit watching when about the time he came on. Honestly.
So are there different wrestling groups, or is it like all the WW?
Oh no, it's all they're you can't say
E or F.
It's E now because the World Wildlife Federation, or not Federation, is it Federation? World Wildlife Fund. I'm sorry, the World Wildlife Fund got really PO'd, especially when the whole .com thing came out, because then people were typing it in trying to check for the wrestling, and they didn't give a hoot about the animals, and so they got mad, and WWF, the World Wildlife Fund, was able to copyright it. Before
did it used
before
to be
wrestling.
WWF
Yes.
for World Wrestling?
Yes,
Federation?
World Wrestling Federation, exactly. And and like I said, the animal people beat them to the punch. And so at that point, wrestling had to change, and then it became WWE, World Wrestling Entertainment.
Oh.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
And they have supposedly they have other versions. They used to anyway. There's the ECW, there's daggone it, there was another one, WCW or something like that. I don't remember. I
know there was Hulk Hogan.
Yeah, I was gonna say they go back to the 80s.
When I was a kid.
Mm-hmm.
Hulk Hogan and Andre the Giant, who I know from Princess Bride, and The Rock, and
Ric Flair.
Nope, not a clue.
You don't remember?
I don't know anyone. Like, I do not know the wrestling world at all.
See, I was saying, because Ric Flair goes back to when we were kids.
Did he wear red pants?
No. Ric Flair usually wore
blonde
gold
hair. That was
blonde hair. He always did the woo thing. That was
okay. And then there was like a macho guy or
Macho
something?
Man Randy Savage. He's the guy that did the Slim Jim commercials up until he died.
Okay. Oh, he died. Okay.
Yeah, because I guess he ate too many Slim Jims.
Slim Jims. Okay. So I don't know anything about John Cena as a wrestling entertainer.
No, I don't either. I quit watching that.
But he is not what I've seen him in acting. It's painful. It's not good.
Yeah, it's The Rock. The Rock actually does like decent
He's good.
stuff. Like he's a good actor. John Cena,
yes, he is.
not so much. You want to have a cheesy, kid type Disney live action Disney or kid show where he plays. Yeah, but I'm saying like he could play that. If you get him to do something serious,
whenever he's acting, he sounds like he's reading the lines that are written for him, and it's just weird.
Yeah,
I don't know.
He clearly is not even attempting to become living the character that he's playing. It's all about just getting the lines out.
Yeah, kind of.
Because he's used to being some guy who beats up somebody, and when you're playing a character that's a banker. I'm sorry, but you are not able to have this mortgage because you don't have enough collateral or your credit is low. We recommend an ARM. Oh. Of course, and I am being corrected. Yes, the ECW and WCW were both other variations of wrestling, and they both got bought out and were merged with WWE. So it is now one giant thing.
So all the wrestling, and is it the men and women under the same umbrella?
Mm-hmm. Yes, ma'am. They have they'll break it off every now and again. Every stretch they have the ladies division, the divas or whatever they call it. At least they used to. I don't know if they still do or not, but I don't know. Return of the Slug actually says, in all fairness, My Little Pony was actually well done. I don't know. I didn't care for My Little Pony when I was a kid.
I liked playing with My Little Ponies. I remember a girl. She was an only child, which that is pertinent to the story.
Had all the cool ones, all the good toys.
Well, she had a lot of really great My Little Ponies, and she had accessories and she could fill the My Little Pony barn, and she had it. And
they had a barn?
Well, like stalls and stuff, and you could carry it around. And but she didn't grow up with siblings where she knew that she had to share. And so she would have all of them, and at school she'd bring them to school and she'd be playing with them, and we'd want to play too, and she's like, no,
I'm good,
they're mine,
you can't
they're
have
mine.
them. I remember that. I didn't get to have a lot of stuff like that as well. I used to know I did, well, not entirely. I used to have, if memory serves me correctly, and I'm going back 31, 32 years, something like that. I think for a brief time I had the original Millennial Falcon.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. I distinctly remember playing with that and like Superman and Batman. I used to have the Batman where he was blue and gray.
Oh my gosh.
There was a plastic clip at the top of the cape, and the cape was cloth, and you could literally just clip it onto the back of his neck, and it all looked like one thing. I had him, had a whole bunch of those guys. Yeah, I remember. Okay, I got one, since again, tangents and everything else.
Yes.
And I may have mentioned this before. I don't know. Do you remember the Get Along Gang?
Yes.
Thank you. Oh, Blake, thank you. Because I mentioned that to people, and they're like, what is that? I don't know what that is. I used to love that as a kid. I had like the little cassette books. You know, it would come with a book and an audio cassette. And, oh, yeah.
Yes.
Uh-huh. I used to have like all of those.
Oh, my gosh. I'm like
I had the caboose.
running down nostalgia lane here.
You're welcome.
Oh, my goodness. This is...
Uh-huh.
Wow. Okay.
Uh-huh. I used to have the caboose that, it was a full-size thing, and you pop the door down the side, and it would stand up, and it was a whole clubhouse, and yeah.
I totally forgot about these, but they were the best.
Yeah, right?
Oh
I used to have, I distinctly remember, it was in outside of, we were living in, we're in Arizona, outside Phoenix, Chandler. We were living in Chandler, I believe. When I was a kid, I was like 5 or 6 years old, and out there it's the desert. You don't have grass, so all the apartment complexes had big piles of rocks where grass were, because it's just easier to rake rocks. And so I was out there playing, and one day I lost the cat. What's his name? Zipper, the cat. I lost him. I was doing something, and he was hiding, and I buried him under some rocks, and I scoured, and I could not find him anywhere.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Now hold on a second. The little porcupine was Portia, right?
Yes.
'Cause
Yes.
she was my favorite.
Yes.
Oh my gosh.
Yes. And Dottie Dog, remember? Yes.
Yes.
Okay. Good. Thank you. See, and I thought I was the weird one for not.
I'm going to go back and watch some of those, because I now that you say that, I'm going, oh my gosh, I totally remember them. And kind of like that, the shirt tails. I always liked the shirt tails too. Oh my gosh, the Get Along Gang. Oh, I'm going to go back. You know what I do really love going back and watching is classic Sesame Street.
I haven't done that yet.
Oh my gosh, it's so great. Some of those little skits and songs that
before it
they
all
did,
went political,
so
and
much better than what it is now.
Socialized. I said before it went political and socialized.
And computer all high tech.
Yeah.
I thought it was an interesting. I can't remember where I read this, but it was really interesting where it talked about the shift in generations, and maybe it was a study on millennials or something. I'm not sure, but right about the time that the millennial generation would have been being born, Elmo came around, and all of a sudden Sesame Street went away from the other people. Let's think about, our friends and who are the people in your neighborhood, to Elmo's world, where it's Elmo's crayon and Elmo's fish and Elmo's bed. And it was all about
Elmo,
him. It was very egocentric. And you see that shift. And I thought it was a really fascinating theory.
That actually is genius. I hadn't even thought about that.
Yeah.
Because it makes perfect sense, because it was after that, everything suddenly went from being, like you said, everybody and everything, and let's help one another and blah, 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 to, because I remember when there was that stretch with it, you could name off any character from Sesame Street, Big Bird or Grouch or whatever, and go, Sesame Street. But once he came along, he was Sesame Street.
Yes.
And ruined everything, daggone it.
I know, and Elmo was fine. I'm not anti Elmo necessarily. Oh, is that the music already?
Yeah. Uh-huh.
Oh my gosh.
I know.
This is going really fast.
I know. It is. It is. There's so much on the other side. Nothing but tangents. We haven't done any actual talking about anything important. But it is.
We've talked about sharks. We've been.
That's
talking
true.
about
That's true. And it is Tangent Tuesday, so it's what it's there for. So more tangents on the other side, guys. Don't go anywhere. Stay tuned.
gosh, I'm so excited to watch the Get Along Gang.
I'm just glad that I found somebody else who knows what the heck I'm talking about.
Absolutely.
Because I did.
Go
and
ahead.
I was gonna say, like, I've mentioned it before, and it's over most people's heads. So it's just it's nice.
But even listen to that, the Get Along Gang. Like I need to go back and watch those because there's like a psychological component to it.
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely.
Some sort of sociological.
Yeah, yeah. It's definitely stuff that needs to be heard now,
Yeah.
and utilized now. It's about helping people now, and not like being the douchebags that people are acting like now. So
It's so bizarre.
Oh no! Don't tell me I lost you. Not now. Not now. Oh no. No, trigger, now would you please?
I think it's time to blow this scene. Get everybody in the stuff together. Okay, 3, 2, 1, let's jam.
And we're back. And Carrie's not. I don't know what happened. I don't know where that went. But we're going to figure that out at some point. But in the meantime, I can do this by myself. I'm a big boy. I can pee standing up. Kind of. Make sure you go to mojo50.com. Check out all the awesome hosts and things going all over there. Check out the amazing shows and things that constantly going on. They've added, like I said, 3 more shows at least over the weekend. Let's see. The stuff's going on over there. Check it out. mojo50.com. When you get done with there, go to our website, doaeshow.com. That is doaeshow.com. And while you're over there, you can get involved in a raffle. A raffle, most people hear that and they go, oh, good. Something else I can spend money on that I'm not going to get anything out of. That, if you're anything like me, you're like, I'm not going to, I never win anything. I couldn't win a rigged election. Seriously. But this is a little bit different. We're doing this a slightly different way. We're experimenting with things and trying this out. It's not necessarily money. I mean, you can purchase raffle tickets for $1 a piece, or you can turn around and do this mostly through likes and shares. Go to our website, doaeshow.com. You'll go up in the corner. You'll see everything for the button to click for the raffle. And basically all you do is you follow the steps in there, and you get likes, you get follows, you get all of that stuff done in there. And that will help you. Every single one of those gets you entered into the drawing. Sorry, had a brain fart. The drawing will be for this beautiful cup right here. If you're watching on the YouTubes and Facebooks and the Twitters or anything like that, it is this beautiful tumbler right here, the 30-ounce tumbler, one of a kind, custom made, is not going to ever be reproduced again. And again, unless you plan on copying it and ripping us off and having someone else make it, and at which point I will call you a douche to your face. But otherwise, it is, again, all handmade. If you were not able to see it online, or for some reason you're not watching it on live on camera, is a solid black cup. Like I said, 32-ounce tumbler with a wood grain underlay. Has our logo on one side, has Defenders Live and Dylan and Steven on the other. Very, very beautifully done. I'm actually very excited about this. Get all the, and this is, I believe, and I have to clarify everything to make sure, but I believe you can do this every single day. Every single day, every single show. You can share, you can like, you can do all this stuff. You can redo it to get it started again if you would like to. It's going to be awesome right there. Hold on a second. Let's try to get Carrie back on. But yeah, go to doashow.com. God, that's loud. I wish I could turn that down. I guess it doesn't work that way. She's busy. Call declined. Okay. I don't know what happened there, but when I love live radio, isn't it great? You are available. Okay. I didn't spell it right, but I hope she'll get the gist. Now it's not letting her on. All right, we're going to try one more time here. This stuff is so loud. I wish I could figure out how to make this thing go away, but Steve and I both have not figured out how to quiet it down. So now y'all get to listen to the jams. Do, 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 do. I'm not going to keep listening to that. That's what it's... Okay, well, hang up. And again, love live radio. This is how this works. All done on the fly. Gotta love it. Anyway, go to doashow.com. Get your raffles in for this cup. It is an amazing cup. I want to give, while I'm trying to get all this together, I do want to give a very, very special thanks to Mike Phillip over at American Nuck Radio and Chris Brennan from Whiskey 6 for filling in for us yesterday. Again, Stephen was traveling, and I had stuff to do with work. And so it was just one of those things that we needed the help filling in, and those guys were awesome enough to step up and fill in. And from what I hear, did fantastic. I didn't get to catch all of it, but there was bits and pieces that I was able to get, and the replays, whatever. So sorry they had to get woke up at such a early part of the morning for apparently nothing, but the guys did fantastic, and so I'm really thankful to those guys. I keep telling you, we work with a great set of people over here, and if you haven't checked them out, American Nuck Radio or Whiskey 6 on Mojo 50, go over there, check it out. You need to do that, and because they're great people. They're great people. They're honest people. They're free speech people. That's the kicker with Mojo, is we're all about free speech here. It's something that you're not going to get anywhere else at all. Period. No matter where you go, some people will say, "Oh yeah, no, we do free speech." No. Here, it's our mantra. If everyone has the ability and the right to say and as they feel, and the best part about it is it's done and done politely in a non-douchey way. Now, some of you may say, "Oh, there's Carrie." Okay, there we go. Dun, dun, dun.
Did it work?
Yeah, there you are.
That was the weirdest thing.
I don't know what happened.
I was sitting here talking to you, and then all of a sudden you went, "I don't know," but you weren't frozen. And then I was talking, and I just said, "If anyone can hear me."
Yeah,
like,
no, you were frozen the whole
Dylan?
time, and I'm just like staring, going, this is not good. Not good
never
at
good
all.
to be frozen, because I always get frozen in the dumbest facial expressions, like, it's just
It was close.
awful.
It was close to that, but you were fine. You pulled it off well. And that's okay. Like, part of it was through the thing. I don't know what happened. I don't know if it was on my side or not. I think it was. I think over on this side, something hiccup and froze, because I hit exit like twice and it still just left it there. So I don't know if I maybe that.
We'll blame Steven.
This is what happens when you're not here, dude. No.
Way to go, Steven.
I know, right? We try to be all smarty and stuff, and here you go. But yeah, no. So we
I had to take my glasses off. What now?
I did too. I was like, "Dad, I'm not reading anything from over here," so it's
Yeah.
not a big deal. So anyway, but yeah, no, I was just telling them about the raffle, I was trying to get that
Oh
in
yes,
as well. And
the
Mojo.
cup is beautiful.
It is, and then again, it's running for the month. By the way, get your raffles in now, because at the last show of the month, well, actually, it'll be the first show in September, which turns out to be a Tuesday. Carrie's going to be using her beloved shark to draw
Use the
names.
shark again?
Yeah,
Where'd
we'll
my
use the
shark
shark.
go?
At this point, it's
We
wherever.
might use the hammerhead this time.
Hey, whatever. As long as
Smooth.
it's a shark,
Yep.
Fish are people, not food. Okay. Oh, fish are
Fish are
friends.
friends.
Friends, not people. And I was trying to. I knew it was something, but I couldn't.
Yep.
But anyway.
You were close.
Nah, but no cigar. But anyway, yep. You'll be doing the kindness as you usually as lucky. I don't know how this works out. I really don't. But the timing thus
That is
far has
bizarre.
been. It really is. It's almost as bizarre as Tech Roo winning them all. I don't know what kind of conspiracy is going on. I can't explain it. I just know it's just really weird.
Well, the last one we used the great white because great whites rock.
They do.
And I just put all the papers in here. I printed up the names. I folded them so I didn't know who was on what paper, and gave the shark a nice little shake, rubbed down his belly. And actually, this is a girl, but
we're not going to go into the
no.
the
I mean, technically, neither boys nor girls have zippers on their bellies.
oh,
But
I was going to say I thought that was why it was a girl, was because it has a zipper, and that's just how that's you have
No,
babies and they just unzip and the baby falls out and they zip it back up again and
not quite how it works.
Darn.
Not quite. It was funny. My
Darn.
daughter, the other day, I was watching a show and a shark breached, and I said, "Whoa, that's a big boy." And she said, "How do you know that's a boy?" And I said, and I mean, this is my 17-year-old, but I said, because I can tell it's easy to sex a great white, and at least for a boy. And so then tonight, I was watching something while I was cooking dinner, because who doesn't want to watch breaching sharks while they're cooking? But anyway,
yeah.
Yes, but it said, oh, and this male, and you can always tell if it's a male because it has two, I think it said two penises, but they're actually called claspers. But I'm like, see, that's how you can tell. So that was
There you go. See, Mom wasn't kidding.
No. There you go.
Okay, and I meant to ask this before. And again, this is tangents and stuff. We might get to a story, we might not. If we
Okay.
don't, then the heck with y'all. I don't care. No, I do. I wanted to ask this. What is the fascination with the Shark Week thing? I don't get me wrong. One of my favorite things to do as a kid, and this was back, when PBS was cool, where on a Saturday they would do, they would have the educational stuff in the morning, and in the afternoon until about evening time would be the home improvement shows. This Old House and Bob Vila and all that.
The original HGTV before there was an HGTV. Yes.
And then after that, from like 7 until I think it'd be about 9, because Lawrence Welk came on about 9 o'clock. From 7 until 9, they would do the animal shows.
Yeah,
Okay.
from, sponsored by Mutual of Omaha.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. Wild Kingdom. That kind of, I love those. So I loved watching that. So I appreciate it. But what is it about the Sharks? Aside from, is it like people in hockey or people in NASCAR? You're not watching it to watch the beauty and magnificence of the beast as it swims through the ocean. It's more of we're hoping to watch it eat something.
Are you asking the general population, or
I'm asking
me
you. I'm asking
personally?
you because the general pop is going to have a different answer across the board. So I'm asking you.
Well, because there is definitely a lot of advertising and hype that's put behind Shark Week, right? I mean, so Shark Week as a whole is just very well advertised, and so that's why I think there's a lot of draw to that. I love sharks.
Okay.
And I love big marine. I mean, I love orcas.
Mm-hmm.
And pretty much any kind of whale, but there's something about the awesomeness and power, and some of it is like the beauty of the fish. I mean, this creature that is a machine for just hunting. Although it's fascinating to me, orcas are beasts. They are tough animals. And orcas, there was so in South Africa, or off the coast of South Africa, there is a large, I mean, that's where breaching sharks were first really like taken note of. And so that's, every Shark Week or a lot of documentaries would be filmed there. And then all of a sudden, one year, there just were almost none. No great whites in this area.
Yeah.
Well, they were studying that orcas had come through and they were hunting the great whites. And great whites, there were about 5 or so that washed up on shore, and just their liver was missing. And
wait,
orcas.
So the orcas have strategically just pulled the liver out, and that was it.
Yep.
Holy
because that
smokes.
was the greatest source of
Protein?
iron and protein.
Wow.
and like the important fats. Yeah. Orcas are incredibly smart. So part of my draw to them is not only their power, but their intelligence. They are a smart mammal.
Yeah.
And sharks are just rockin' awesome.
Yeah. Oh, heck yeah.
So
no, and again, I like them. Again, don't get me wrong. I can watch them all day long. It's just one of those. It occurred to me that this is beyond. I mean, it's a week. It is a week. People look forward to this almost as much as a lot of people look forward to the Super Bowl or whatever major event goes on.
Yes.
A lot of people, I've heard, I don't know how crazy this actually goes or not. I've heard that some people actually take time off of work to catch this stuff.
Well, so I don't know why anyone would do that, because the new shows are on in the evening, and then as soon as they play for the first time, they rerun them.
Yeah.
And who doesn't have access to a VCR or a DVD or
I was going to say, I'm sorry,
what?
A VCR? What? You just dated yourself for sure.
A DVR, or even the ability to, stream something.
I was going to say not even that, but correct me if I'm wrong. I don't have this stuff, so I don't know. But we're living in the age of the on-demand streaming. Right. I don't think there's anything that Shark Week plays on, any of the variances thereof, that is not a streaming platform and an on-demand streaming platform is what I mean.
No, I that's what I'm saying. Like, I think that you could watch it. Do you remember that commercial from when we would have been kids, when LA Law was on? And it was a commercial for LA Law. And there were these 2 homeless people, and they're talking, and the one homeless guy says, "Oh, I had it all. I had, this nice car, nice house." And he's going through all these things, and I lost it all. And the other homeless guy says, "What happened?" He said, "I just couldn't miss LA Law," or something like that.
Oh, yes.
Do you remember this? And another guy was like, "Didn't you have a VCR?"
Did you have a VCR?
Oh.
Why didn't I think of that? And here I am wearing clothes and warming my hands over a burning barrel.
Yeah.
Oh, those were the days where you could laugh at one's homeless situation. Yes, and it was a joke. And nowadays, everybody's so butthurt over all of it.
Oh, that's what we were talking about when I froze.
Butthurt?
Well, not quite that, but...
Nostalgia and the yes.
No, about the world, about the crazier that this world gets. I was just talking to some congregants about this morning. That the crazier and meaner and more insane the world around gets, the more I am. And I've talked with another person I work with, and he said the same thing for him and his family, that the deeper peace and just I don't know, I just have a deeper peace, and I'm just drawn in closer and closer into the Lord and his peace, and I'm just not freaking out.
Yeah, not worried about it. Yeah, because this is the moments when that peace kicks in. That's what this time is for. You know, because
Yeah.
everybody thinks it's like, it's that piece of, well, everything's going all right. Well, you don't, when everything else is at peace, that you don't need peace. You know what I mean? You have it.
Right.
It's during the conflict. It's during the hard times. It's during the, you know, I'm not going to touch on this story tonight because it was a bad one. But there was a story I read today that actually was about 40 or 50 miles from here.
Oh, is this the North Carolina?
Yeah. And I'm thinking like that, that's what you need peace for, not when everything is good and golden. And I just, again, we're not talking that one tonight. There's like 10, 15 minutes left of the show. We're not ruining it now.
Right.
But that point is that's what that peace is supposed to be for. And it goes back to everything. It's not just like the peace of God, but everything as a whole that a lot of people, that most people hold to, you know, everything about free speech, or, you know, the rights that we all say we have, everything that was given by God, it was meant for times that I was going to say that you don't need them. It's the times that you are the hardest. You know what I mean? The peace of God is there for when you're going through the trials. Free speech is to be used for people that you disagree with, the speech you disagree with. You know, all of these things are not for the good times, because if everything's going good and meshing, then it's just there.
That makes me think of the Screw Tape Letters a little bit, because it hits more on the average guy going about his average day, and how the demons use that averageness and the daily life to really draw him out of a depth of spiritual life. And I think that it's easy to get into a lackadaisical pattern in faith. I thought it was interesting. Someone that I work with, he said, he says, you know, isn't this an exciting time to be alive? But
it is. Depending on you, a glass half full, glass half empty kind of thing.
But he also said, you know, we are. I mean, if you think of this like a poker game, the devil is he's not holding anything in his hand. He is just. There's no bluff in here. Like, he's just laying it all out there for us to see.
Exactly.
And he's like, that's, you know.
Exactly. And like you said, and there's no reason at this point because the only time to continue the whole poker analogy, the only reason why someone throws all their cards out on the table is because they have nothing else to play.
Exactly.
And so you gotta have to kind of take it all and pay attention to all of it. Is, yes, this may be really hard in some instances. It may seem like it's really crazy, but, you know, it's just like you put a caged dog or corner a dog or whatever. That's when things start getting spastic, when you have nothing left. You know, you got to play everything you have as a tactic to just try and make something stick. And that's where he's at.
Right. And it's sticking with some people, but
it is. But you know.
But I think with more and more people, it's not. I think there are more people who are coming to faith and who are open. Yeah.
That's the key. You got to be open. Like, most people nowadays are so far from being open to anything. It's sad.
Yeah.
It's very sad. Big Pharma Steve over on Twitter's inquiring minds would like to know, since Carrie loves the marine life, has she been to the Newport Aquarium in Covington, Kentucky? It's just probably
I've not.
He says it's probably one of the best aquariums he's ever been to.
Hold on a second, because I do enjoy a good aquarium. I've been to the one in Georgia, like the Atlanta Aquarium, or the Georgia Aquarium in Atlanta. The Omaha Zoo has a good aquarium. I've been to a couple of aquariums here. I've been to one in Chicago. What is the aquarium again?
The Newport Aquarium in Covington, Kentucky.
Aquarium in Kentucky.
Yeah, Covington.
Okay. I'm putting that on my list.
Yeah,
I don't know when I'm getting to Kentucky, but
yeah, I was gonna say, well, that
I'm there.
But if you're going to Kentucky, then too, you might as well be going to go see the Ark.
Oh, that's right. Yes.
The Ark and the Creation Museum and
yes,
all of that fun jazz.
That's right.
So
Yeah.
Good.
I do. I think that if I don't know. I think that it would be really interesting to be a marine biologist, but
yeah,
you know.
to me, another
I get
time.
seasick, so that's gonna be rough.
Yeah, but I see what you did there. Rough, seasick. Get it? Rough seas. No, but wouldn't eventually though? You would. I would assume you would get over that if you wanted it bad enough. I think after a while you might just get used to. I don't know. I don't get seasick.
I get like seasick on an elevator.
Really?
My vertigo is so bad. It's really annoying.
I'm not, and I hate it because I'm one of those people that, sadly, I don't have the same experiences that a lot of people have. I don't.
Yep.
I don't have the allergies. I don't have the seasickness. I don't. I don't really get anxieties or weird things. I mean, doesn't mean I'm not human and I don't have feelings and emotions. I do have moments of like overwhelm or whatever, but like I don't have it on these scales that a lot of other people have. And
fear of heights?
Nope.
Okay.
No, now the only thing about being up high is that falling. It's not even the falling. That's cool.
Yeah.
It's that hitting the
It's
ground
the
that I'm.
stopping.
Yeah, it's the sudden stop that scares me.
Yeah.
But no, it doesn't bother. I can be up. It doesn't bother me at all. I don't have a the only thing I can say that I do not like snakes, and everybody knows this. Ha ha ha! Dylan's gonna start getting away with snakes now. Don't care. But I don't care for snakes. But like I don't have anything else like that. And so when people tell me, like you're talking about, like being seasick, like my brain goes, well, if you just do it enough.
I know. No.
Eventually you get over
sickness.
it, right? And but I don't know, and it comes from a place of
bad.
ignorance, and I know it does.
I did. I took my kids to the water park a couple years ago, and I went on the lazy river, and I had to leave.
Wait a minute, you're on the lazy river, and that was too much for you.
It was too much water action.
Are you you're the type that can get seasick on the waterbed, aren't you?
Yes. Yes. When I say I get motion sickness on an elevator, I am not kidding. Like,
wow.
Yeah.
So you have to take like the medication just to drive down the road to go to work, don't you?
I'm okay if I'm driving. If I'm driving, I'm generally okay. But if I'm the passenger, it's a 50-50 shot.
Your eye starts twitching and
yeah. Thank goodness, I don't really get like nauseous, like vomiting. It's more
just the
vertigo
head.
though, just like the head, the room spinning.
Yeah.
And yeah.
There was a stretch I had that, and we got to have time. I can tell this quick story. I used to deliver tires and stuff and drive all over hell and creation. And there was a stretch where, and I don't know what it was, but there was about a week-ish that out of the blue, it was like I got hit. I'm just driving, and it's scared. The first time it happened, scared to snot. It's still every time it happens, scared.
Yeah.
Me. But I was driving down the road, and all of a sudden, it felt like I got hit in the head. And I'm not lying to you. I felt my vision do this. So you know how your eyes you're used to seeing like this.
Yes.
I felt it go like this.
Oh
and
my
I'm
gosh.
like, what is going on? Like I'm hitting the brake and I'm trying to, and my head was straight up and down. I saw the mirror. My head's upside down, and I don't know what it was. And I pulled over and I'm trying to open my eyes and the room's spinning and just it was. I don't know what it was. After a little bit, it was gone. It was fine. And it happened 2 or 3 times throughout that week, and it's never happened. It's never happened again since. I have no idea what it was.
Weird.
It was terrifying. Especially that first time, because it was the craziest thing that, I went from viewing everything's vertically to horizontally, and it was just
oh my gosh,
really weird, really, really
that's
weird.
really bizarre.
Yeah, I don't know what it was, and it was. Somebody tried telling me, and I might have had there's crystals or whatever in your ear that fell or whatever and clinked together or something. And I'm like, oh, well, I don't know. But anyway, Yep. So that's my crazy story. And
what a fun story to end on.
I was going to say, look at that. We did an entire show, literally all in tangents and not a serious anything. Steven would be
we'll
like,
end it smart.
Yeah, let's do that. Let's end it.
We're gonna end it smart.
And we don't have numbers because apparently there was only like 5 bells total.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, and so we just said, you know what? We'll add them to tomorrow's thing. Hopefully Steven will be here as he you should be.
Yeah.
So we have a little bit extra time to kill. So, guys, thank you so much for following us and hanging out with us. Thank you for putting up with everything as Steven and I are dealing with this back and forth goofiness. Go to doaeshow.com. Get in on the raffle for the cup. Make sure you also go to mojo50.com for everything that's going on over there. Check out all the awesome hosts and everything. Miss Carrie, thank you so much for hanging out, as always.
Thank you.
Guys, we will see y'all tomorrow, 9 p.m. Hopefully, everything is planned. Steven will be here. So, y'all take care and have a good night. We'll see you later. Bye, y'all.
That was wonderful.
Bravo!
I loved that.
Oh, it was great!
Well, it was pretty good.
Well, it wasn't bad.
Well, there were parts of it that weren't very good.
It could have been a lot better.
I didn't really like it.
It was pretty terrible.
It was bad.
It was awful.
It was
Get
terrible.
him away!
Ah!